Hello and welcome to another tutorial in Android Kotlin with Firebase. In this part, I will explain how to connect our list fragment to the Firebase database so we can finally download information from my database and connect the information here to the app here. Okay, now I already did an example, so I will remake it. Okay, we'll delete all this and we do it again. Okay, first of all, I will take out all this here. Fine, and I will keep it clean like that. Okay, if I execute now the app, the only thing that we will see is an empty list. There won't be anything in the screen. Okay, as you can see, nothing. And now we have to work again from the point we stopped last time, which is nothing else and nothing more than adding or using the adapter from list to adapters. Okay, if I do this, adapter equals list to adapter, I have to send an array list and a context. Okay, now thing is that I don't have right now the array list created, so first, before I can create the adapter, I have to download the information from here. Okay, now instead of profiles, I will work on products. Okay, the idea is that we're going to show the elements that we see here. Now the following step, once I know that I want to show in the app, okay, which are products, we have to remember that the idea here is that collections that we see here contain a number of elements that have the same fields but different data. Okay, the idea is that after all, we can have here thousands of products. Each one will have a name, a price, and a type. And if I want to add more fields, I just have to come here and add another field. If, for example, one has a field and the other doesn't, the by default value that is the one that has no field, that field has, it's going to be null or 0 or whatever. Okay, that will define now. Once I know I want to show a product, for example, I go to my app and I create an object. In this case, I call it an adapter object, doesn't really matter where, which will be a mirror or will reflect the same object here in my file, in my app. Okay, it will have to be the same in fields, have the same fields, because what we want to do is download each of these ones here, each of the elements here, and transform them to an object. So if I have 10 products, if I download 10 products, I will want to have 10 objects here to work with and to add to an array. So first of all, I will create a product class. It will be a template, okay? And it will have to be a serialized class. So why serialized? Serialization, what ensures is that whatever I put here, yes, let's see if it's the same, yeah. Whatever I put here can be automatically inserted from the download step here. Whatever I have here, I can insert it inside the object. Now, what I will define inside the parentheses here are the fields, and the fields will have to have exactly the same name, price, and type, with the same way of writing it. Because if we don't write it the same way, when it's downloaded, it won't know how to associate it, because the association, the setting of the value, will be automatic. Okay, will be in the moment of download. So we have name of type string, right? We have price of type number, which is eventually here it will gonna be an int. Price of type, well, we can put it even a double if we want. Var, let's hope it works. If it fails, we will know, it will tell us a message, it will give us a message. Type of type string again. type string. Okay. The final step is to define a constructor to be able to create sorry, it's constructor. Yes, there is 2 points. This okay, and here we will build the empty value of this object if we want to create a new product from our code. This is for the second step. Once we want to create a new product, not download one, but create one and upload it later, we have the option to create an empty one for later definition. Okay, but that's for later. Okay. Now once I have this, the following step for me is to see how can I download this data here. Okay. Now downloading the data can be done by just looking at the Firebase tutorial here at the Cloud FireStore read data, get data at once, because we want to load it only once. If we put it on Kotlin version, we'll see that we don't have to do this because this is to upload information, to insert it, we'll see it later. But this is to get a document, okay, to get one document. What we want to do is to get many documents, to download a complete collection, get all documents in a collection. That's what we want to do. So if we copy this here, yes, and we go to our code, and we have to think where we want to download this information. As always, we have to always consider that the data should be accessible from the position, from the point in the app where we need to use the data. Okay, so we will do that in the list fragment. Remember that it's here where I first get a reference of the list. Okay, we're gonna take this out, there's no need of the list. Okay, the list here, the visual list. Okay, I'm gonna get a reference of it, and it's here where I have to create the array of data so I can later on use the list adapter, because the list adapter requires me to send it an array of objects. Okay, so what I will do is just pass this here. The tag variable is just, it's for the tagging of the log. If I want to use it, I just can create a quick val here with the same name as the class. That's what I always do. Okay, so now in theory, what I'm doing is trying to download from DB. DB represents the database. Okay, we have to define this variable here. Yes, and download the connection. I reckon that I didn't explain how to connect this to Firebase. Okay, so in the following part of the tutorial, we'll explain how to connect my app to Firebase. Okay, I'm doing it a bit the other way around.